On today's ZJ Project series video, we get underneath the Jeep as we install our new ZJ gas tank skid plate and prepare the Jeep for some future rear end upgrades. This product from Iron Rock Off-Road offers increased protection when you're out on the trail and covers up that naturally exposed fuel tank on the rear of the Grand Cherokee. Back in 2014, I purchased my first Jeep ever, which is this, a 1994 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. With the big 5.2-liter V8 engine and low miles, this completely stock ZJ was full of potential. Since then, well, we've done a few upgrades and modifications. Past projects include a 3.5-inch lift, transfer case swap, custom roof rack, lights, skid plates, and so much more. We've transformed this stock ZJ into a capable off-road rig and reliable daily driver that's taken us all across Arizona. Today, we continue the project. So let's get to it. Today's focus will be turned to the backside of the Jeep. One of the biggest drawbacks of the Grand Cherokee has to be the fuel tank location in the rear. Without any sort of protection, the hard plastic tank hanging out back is just asking to be punctured by a big rock out on the trail. In fact, Jeep issued a recall a few years back to add a trailer hitch to some models to prevent the tank from getting damaged during rear impact. Since we have in fact whacked the trailer hitch a few times when we were out on the trail, it was only a matter of time before we decided to protect the precious 23-gallon tank out back. And to do this, we decided to go with the Iron Rock Off-Road skid plate. It's pretty cheap and has a ton of great reviews. The skid arrived and immediately we noticed a potential problem. The box and instructions said the skid plate was for an XJ, even though I clearly ordered one for my ZJ. We didn't think much of it and figured they might be cross-compatible since they are a similar designed vehicle. So we decided to proceed with the install, which is really quite simple. All you really need to do for this upgrade is to remove the factory trailer hitch if equipped and remove the exhaust heat shield. The skid plate then should fit right up and be mounted directly to the frame where the trailer hitch attaches. In our attempt to raise up the skid plate, we noticed that this was going to be an impossibly tight fit. With no wiggle room, it was clear this skid wasn't going on without breaking the tank. For now, we decided to put the skid back in the box and rebolted everything back together until we could resolve the issue. And that was really quite a simple process. We decided to contact Iron Rock Off-Road, sent them a few pics and explained what happened, and sure enough, they had picked the wrong part. To our surprise, within 3 days, the brand new part was sitting in our garage. So big kudos to Iron Rock Off-Road, which is not a sponsor, but they owned up to the mistake and they made sure we got the right part quick, which is great. With the correct part now in our hands, we were able to fly through round 2 of the installation. We pulled off the trailer hitch and that was about it. It turns out on the ZJ you do not in fact need to pull the heat shield. The skid plate fits right up and you just put the bolts into place and that's about good. Like I said earlier, the gas tank skid uses the existing bolts that go into the frame to hold everything up. Iron Rock Off-Road gives you some extra bolts if you want to replace them, but we just decided to go with the old ones. We gave everything a good tighten and called it good. We opted to leave the trailer hitch off the Jeep since we do not tow very often with it, and we are considering some rear end upgrades that would change the whole setup in the back anyway. So that's it. The gas tank skid plate not only looks great, but also serves an incredibly important function. When we are out on the trail, we will have that increased confidence and comfort, knowing that our gas tank will not get punctured by a big rock. With the way the skid plate is designed to sit around the tank, there is still incredible clearance in the back. It doesn't rob you of any ground clearance whatsoever, which is really nice. And with that, we'll wrap up part 6 of our ZJ project. A quick programming note, this and future ZJ project videos will be focused on just one upgrade at a time. This will allow us to get a little more in-depth on each part of the project and allow you, the viewer, to go back and watch a single video if you're curious about something specific. The videos where we do a ton of upgrades is a lot of fun, but often rushed and we can't spend time and focus on one thing. That, and they're getting a little expensive, to be honest. So big plans for the coming months, some huge parts, some small parts, but until the next video, you can head over to azoffroad.net/ZJ-project to catch up on the build and get more information on what we use. Thanks for watching this, and we'll see you in an upcoming ZJ project video.